I'm realizing in my life that I've accepted such a low level of friendship from people. And not knowing I was autistic my whole life, my experience was just like, yeah, people don't get me and don't really understand me and have a hard time relating to me. And so, usually, the best that I could do is get my body next to someone else's body and hope that they remembered my name. I've been in 12 step recovery for 14 years, and you do a lot of socializing in those programs and you meet people. And I was spending some time with someone who's not autistic, and she was telling me how frustrated she was that she's not making friends in my town. And I was like, oh, what I do is I go to a meeting like every week for a long time, and I just put away the chairs next to other people, and then eventually they know my name. And she was like very unsatisfied with that way of meeting people. And I realize now, like, oh, that's not friendship. That's like people recognizing you. And I've been realizing recently that I do not fit in my intentional community house, but I almost never fit in anywhere. So while the other people in my house are making dinner together and telling jokes and feeling very close, I don't feel close to them. And that has been very par for the course in my life. A lot of the time, the best I can do is be a faithful member of the household and do my chores and collaborate with people. But when I have a one on one conversation with them, I don't feel seen. I don't feel like they really understand. And so there's no connection ongoing, like, yes, I would like to spend more time with you. There's none of that because it's like, yeah, we're not connecting. And I think that that's why autistic people want to group together so much, because it's the only time that we ever feel understood. Like people are really picking up what we're putting down. And I have had momentary relationships in my life that provide that. And I'm having more and more of them as I spend more time with autistic people. But I'm also accepting that most people just aren't gonna get me. And I can be immersed in community. I can have loving relationships with people, but they're not gonna be friends a lot of the time. It's gonna be hard for me to be friends with a random person off the street. Or at least it's gonna be hard for me to feel seen and known by a random person off the street. I can put my body next to their body and recognize them. I don't really recognize faces or remember names, which is a whole other category of video I should make, but I know a lot of you are going to relate to this.